If you're new here, welcome to our channel, Derek and Cole, where we like to travel, tour, and explore new things each and every week. Welcome to our cabin tour.
Let's go.
Okay, so when you first walk into our cabin, to the left is the first restroom, the shower room, and then big kind of wardrobers right here. There's 2 sets of them. And then when you walk straight back, you're gonna get to the bed first. This is a pretty big bed, and Disney is known for having some of the most comfortable beds. And as you keep walking, you're gonna get to the little living room area, or the couch that pulls out to a bed if you have more than 2 people staying in your room. And then there's also a bunk that pulls out from the top of the cabin. When you first walk in the door, you are gonna have a room occupied sign that you can put out if you're in here. Room service does come often. They are so incredibly amazing. They wanna keep these rooms spotless. So if you are in the room, I would definitely put this out so your room attendant knows that you're in here. And then there is a light switch, so you can hold to dim them, make them brighter or lighter. And then we kind of have a little trick for you that you have to put your key to the world card in here to make sure the lights work. But if you bring an old empty gift card, it's also gonna work for the lights. So that just kind of helped us make sure we didn't forget our key to the world card here, because you're gonna need it for excursions, if you go to the bar, if you wanna buy any souvenirs. So it's easier to put just an old card here and then use your key to the world card, leave that in your wallet or your pocket. Like in every hotel, there is an evacuation plan on the back of the door. We were Assembly Station M, so it does show you how to put on your life vest and where to go in case of an emergency, and they will go over all this information with you when you get on the ship. I think it's really an extra cute little touch that they have Minnie doing the evacuation. And there's also a little door peephole for you to look out in case someone does knock on your door and you want to see who's there before you open it. So the first room we have here is what you would call kind of like a water closet. So on Disney cruises, the kind of toilet room is separate from the shower room, which is really nice, and both have a sink. So you can have 2 people getting ready at the exact same time. I think the sinks were a really good size, and again, because there's 2 shower versus water closet toilet room, you really don't need tons of counter space, so it's just the perfect amount. There was always tissues, which was nice. The little garbage can is under here. There's also some sanitary bags that they provide, another shelf there. One thing that no one told us about before coming on a cruise is the fact that the toilets are like airplane toilets, which is kind of nice. You obviously wouldn't want water swishing around in there if you have high seas. So I think that was just really interesting, something we didn't know before we came on the cruise. There are more shelves up here. Keep in mind, we have been staying here for over 7 days now, so we do have some stuff kind of scattered around. It's not in perfect condition, but when we came in this room, it was absolutely spotless. Everything was perfect. Linens pressed, towels looked perfect, so incredibly clean. You have your kind of toilet paper down here, and another fun feature are the lights. So there's the main light, which is going to turn off and on, but then you do have a little night light that you can turn on, and that's going to light up underneath the cabinet. So if you don't want to turn on the big light at night and kind of wake everyone up, you still will have some lighting if you need to use the restroom. There's always going to be a step getting into the restroom and the shower room too on most cruise ships, so just keep that in mind that you don't trip over it. It is a step up. And I just love the inside of these rooms. Kind of everywhere on the ship, the walls are definitely clicky clacky, I'm gonna call it plastic. It's probably not plastic, but you get what I'm saying. But they look like high-end wallpaper. It looks kind of like linen or maybe a grass type of wallpaper, and I think that's just a really nice touch. A big light up mirror as well is here, so I think that's a really great that all these mirrors light up, so no problem doing your makeup in here, brushing your teeth, anything you may need to see. And then there's also 3 shelves here on the left and another European plug up there. Right next to the first water closet is the thermostat. We thought these rooms got pretty cold. I actually got cold a few nights, which I think is a rare for cruise ships. So just to let you know, there is good air conditioning in these rooms. The second room we go in is going to be the actual shower room. So again, please keep in mind that we have stayed here for over a week, so it's not in perfect condition. There is a full-length mirror on the inside of the door, which is really nice. Plenty of room right out here to kind of stand, get ready, and see yourself in the mirror. So that's a fun little thing. I actually didn't really find that for a couple days. So just an FYI, they do have a full-length mirror. I don't know how I just didn't see it when I was showering, but I didn't. The showers here are so nice and big as well. So again, all of our used towels are kind of down there. So disregard that. That will be in perfect condition when you come. But a nice, really big shower door, glass doors here. And I love the kind of rectangular shower versus a corner shower. Again, it looks like there are tiles in the bathroom in this really nice herringbone pattern. But again, it's kind of all that acrylic. I call it plastic. I know it's not plastic. Someone can correct me in the comments, but that is a really nice touch. There's a handlebar right here. So if you're, a little wobbly on your feet, or if the ship's moving, nice that they have this bar to hold on to. 3 shelves in here, and you have nice glass bottles of all the Disney body wash, shampoo, and conditioner, all separate. So that's nice. So you don't really have to pack those items if you don't want to. If you're not particular about your shampoo, you could always use the Disney stuff. And again, we have some stuff sitting on these shelves, but there are 2 other shelves up there. The shower has a spray handle, which I really love, and it's adjustable. It goes up and down the full way. So Derek would put it up and I would put it down since I'm short, but I love that it has the spray handle that you can use. The other thing that I thought was really interesting, I never really used a shower like this before, but here are the shower knobs. And then like always, there is a drying line up here that we did use a couple times for our swimsuits, stuff like that. So nice that it's in the shower, so anything wet can kind of just drip in the shower. Same herringbone pattern floor tile. There is a shelf here that will have clean towels for you on it, more tissues, and then another garbage can down here. Up here is the sink. The sink definitely has more room. I think they're probably assuming you're gonna maybe brush your teeth and some stuff in this one. And then a really nice touch is the Disney body lotion that they have here for you. So you don't really get this a lot of places. I think that's just a really great touch. One less thing that you have to pack. The water pressure here is really good as well. Kind of similar sink to the other room, same faucet, but just a much bigger counter. Again, some more of our stuff is sitting here, but you have 3 bigger shelves over here, 2 towel racks, which will always have fresh towels on them for you to the right side of the room. And one really nice touch, I love when hotels give you makeup washcloths, so you definitely shouldn't be rubbing your makeup all over their nice white linens. Use the makeup washcloth that is black so it doesn't leave stains on it. And just another really big mirror in here that also lights up. Everything on these cruises is very bright, and I really like that because sometimes hotel rooms can really be dark and dingy, but everything in here really lights up. So if you want to do some fun makeup, curl your hair, lots of light to do that. Here we have the very first set of closets. So 2 big double closets. I was kind of surprised by how big the closets were. This might be a tiny bit dark in here, but they do have lights in here as well. Lots of hangers, plenty of hangers. I saw people on other cruises packing hangers, and I definitely don't think you need to pack hangers. There is a lot of them. Lots of shelf space. There is this really nice drawer safe that, again, when you open the drawer, it does light up as well. Just doing one last check in here that we did not leave anything. There's a laundry bag in case you want to send things to laundry service. Here is a quick breakdown for you guys of some of the laundry service costs in case you want to utilize that. You cannot bring irons or steamers on a ship for safety reasons. So I think a lot of people may have to use the laundry service, especially for formal nights, stuff like that. So keep in mind, there's some of the prices. And then down below, we have 2 shelves over here, 1 shelf over here, but really nice big wardrobes. And then at the top are all of the safety life vests in case anything would happen, but again, don't think these get a whole lot of use.
And here's a quick view of the navy blue carpet that goes along with the Aladdin theme.
Okay, so we are moving on to the second huge closet. We were actually able to put our luggage in this closet and then just hang everything beside our luggage, but look how huge this closet is. Again, lots of hangers in here, so no shortage of hangers on these cruise ships. I think you could ask for some extra ones as well. I think they'll give you metal ones, but they are available. There is the ladder in here if you need that bunk bed pulled down at night, and then another just a really big shelf up here to put things on. But this was really nice for us. We just put our big luggage like right in here, and then I just hung everything off to the side. So that just kind of shows you how much room there are in these closets. Because we're on the Treasure, we have this cute little extra like throw blanket on the edge of our bed. Everything is Disney themed, so we got the Aladdin room, which I was super excited about because we're on a Halloween cruise. I dressed up as Aladdin, and this was my favorite movie as a child, but I think the artwork behind the beds is just really extra beautiful. In the room of Derek's parents, they have a Pocahontas mural, and that is also super pretty. I think there might be Tiana on the ship and maybe a couple other ones, but really happy that we got Aladdin. Derek said he read that they separate the characters by floor, so it kind of helps you know which floor you're on, which kind of room you're gonna get. On the left side of the bed, I actually haven't really looked in this drawer at all. I didn't put anything in here this trip, but there is a nice little floating nightstand with a drawer. On this side, we have the European plug and then some lights for the artwork. So there's a downward light, artwork light. Put those back on to keep it bright in here. You have a little reading light that you can kind of move around at night. And then you also, each person has a bedside lamp. And again, because it's Disney, everything is super themed. There's even some little Mickeys on the lamp. It's really hard to catch on camera, but even the white linens have kind of like stitched, I wouldn't say embroidered, it's just in the linen, little Mickey Mouses, which is really cute. And the pillows also have really adorable stitching on them with some Mickeys as well. And then at the end of the bed is a flat screen TV. It's really compact up against the wall, which is really nice. And I like that it's right at the end of the bed. So it's just like perfect viewing if you want to lay here at night and watch a Disney movie or watch some TV. There's limited TV channels, but you can stream different Disney movies. I really love that it's right at the end of the bed. I know some other cabins on other ships, they're kind of in different spots. So I think this is super convenient and it's really tucked up against the wall nice. Because we stayed in a double room that connects to our other party, which is Derek's parents, there is this doorway right here as well, which is really nice to go back and forth. And it only has a handle from one side. There is extra locks, so in case you aren't staying with people who are in the other room, but really nice right there. It's doubled. I think the walls here are pretty thick. You couldn't really hear anyone in other rooms at night, and I think that's really nice. The door is magnetic, so if you want to leave it open, it will really suction to this little thing up here, which obviously on a cruise ship you don't want doors banging around, but if you do have a bigger party or you have parents in one room, kids in another room, you can leave them open because they will like suction open. Okay, on the right side of the bed is another little floating nightstand, another drawer. Here's where we have some American outlets, and I forget, are these USB-C? I think they're USB-C. Same lights as the other side, another reading light over here, and another big light. So plenty of light in these rooms. If you don't want to put your luggage in the closet like we did, there is plenty of room under the beds. You can shove all your big luggage under there if you want to save some more space in the closet, which I think is probably what most people do. Okay, so now for the living area of the room. Again, these rooms are pretty big for cruise ship rooms. There is this nice little end table, so if you get room service or have some drinks, you can set it on there. And then there is this couch. The couch is like a tweed with a sparkle in it, so I'll see if I can get up close. It's like a green and gray tweed material. The couch is pretty firm but not uncomfortable, and it's a really large couch. Like I could lay fully on there without my my head or toes hanging off the end. This is definitely pretty big. It would be another like probably queen size bed if I had to guess. I can look up exactly what it would be, but it's a really big couch. Again, a little firm but not uncomfortable. And then it has 2 throw pillows as well, which is just a really nice touch, a kind of goldy khaki color, navy blue, and then behind it is another piece of artwork. Okay, so then on the right hand side of the living area is this kind of like vanity. I would call it more of a get ready, kind of catch everything area. So starting at the top, we have 2 shelves up here, which definitely came in handy. I put a lot of my like toiletries, lotion, sunscreen up there. You do have a phone. We really only use this phone to call room service, but just to give you an idea, if you do want to call home, I think it's about $8 a minute. No, I lied, $7 a minute. So if you need to make an emergency phone call, just keep that in mind, $7 a minute there. Okay, so zooming out here, we are back in focus. Right below here is a recycling bin and garbage can as well. Super convenient placement here for the garbage. I really, really like this. Whoever designs these cruise ships, the logistics of them are just so good. Everything is just exactly where you would need it to be. Coming up here, we do have a really big drawer. There were some nice like postcards in here, stationery, a pen that you could take with you. I think there was even some more like room service stuff in here for breakfast. I'll show you. There does look to be like a directory in here. Oh, here's some more postcards and things. I actually never took them out. I couldn't find them, but you get to take these home with you. Again, some like stationery, some door hangers for breakfast in here, and just some emergency contacts in case you need to call anywhere, in case someone's like off the ship and you probably can't get a hold of them. There are some emergency contact numbers in here. So here is another huge light up mirror, which I think is so great. Here are the controls for the curtain lights. We have the ceiling light and the mirror for over here. But again, love all of these light up mirrors. Think that is so great when you're getting ready or have multiple people getting ready in here. To the left of the mirror are 3 huge shelves. Again, worked really well to kind of set all of our stuff on. We're kind of putting all of our souvenirs over here and just kind of laying them out so we remember to pack all of them. Again, I just kind of realized this at the end of the trip, but this first shelf here is really good if you're vlogging to kind of set a camera there and be able to talk to it. We didn't end up using any of these cups down here, but there is like a little tray and some reusable cups if you need them for anything. And then over here is where you have the main set of your outlets. So US outlets, I think they're USB-C outlets, and then a European style outlet there. The hair dryer that they provide you is a European outlet, so it fits right in there perfectly. Just to show it, here's the remote for the TV, nothing too exciting there. Okay, last but not least for the vanity, we have all of these drawers right here. So 3 sets of drawers are a little bit different sizes, really nice soft clothes. And the first one is your hair dryer. And then there is a mat for your hot utensils. So if you are curling your hair or have a hair straightener, you are supposed to, let me see if I can get it here, take out this mat and put everything hot on this mat so it doesn't ruin the furniture here. The second 2 drawers are empty, but as you can see, they're nice soft closed drawers. And then there is another really big drawer over here that I put a lot of my clothes in for the trip. So I primarily use these drawers for some of my like tees, tanks, sports bras, stuff like that. And then last but not least is this big refrigerator drawer. So we stayed in a port window room, which I think is one of the biggest cruising hacks from our very first cruise that I could recommend. It was super fun having the port window, being able to look down at the water at night. We are in port now, getting ready to disembark. They're taking all the luggage off the ship. You can kind of see there. But having this port window definitely saved us a little bit of money, but it was still nice that we could kind of look out and see everything happening. But to be honest, I don't even know if we would need the port window. We spent so much time in the bars, the lounges, out on the deck. We really didn't spend any time in this room, even though the room is so incredibly great. So I think you could save a little bit of money, especially if you have a big family and need to buy multiple rooms, and maybe stay in an interior room or get the port window. But for us, I don't think the veranda was super necessary because we just never were in the room. The curtains light up as well. I showed you the switch a little bit earlier. There is this really nice sheer, so if you just want to kind of pull that across while you're getting ready so no one can see in the window. That's nice because it still kept some of the light in when we were in port. And then there are these bigger curtains as well that are full blackout curtains. So if you had kids taking naps, or again at night, we would pull the blackout shears because when we got into port, it would be kind of like bright and sunny and we wanted to sleep just a little bit longer since it was vacation. So you can pull those and they're full blackout. Also, an important note about the curtains: when you pull into port, if you're going to be on the dock side, or sometimes you don't know if you're going to be on the dock side or not, make sure you pull those curtains at night because they're going to start cleaning the ship immediately as soon as we get into port. And there could be someone right outside your window when you wake up, kind of like spraying off the window, doing a little bit of cleaning to get all the salt water and different things off the ship to make it look definitely pristine. They really take great care of these ships here at Disney. But if you don't want someone just kind of looking into your room, possibly seeing you sleeping in the morning, make sure you pull those curtains at night. So when you get to port, again, there's not going to just be some random person outside your window. And last but not least, our room did come with 2 robes. Let me spin this around and show you the Disney theming on it. But there are Disney robes in the room for you to use as well. They have this cute little embroidery of the Disney Cruise Line logo right there. So these definitely did come in handy as we were getting ready, especially on the last day after we packed a lot of our stuff. Okay, so unfortunately that is a wrap on our room tour and a wrap on our Disney cruise. So this was an amazing first cruise experience. I think we were absolutely spoiled here. I think this is probably gonna ruin cruising for us forever because this was such a great experience. I don't know that we'll ever have such a great experience like this again, but we had a blast. I hope you really like this room tour. Again, I can't say enough great things about the staff here. Our room attendant was great. The room itself felt really big and roomy. I thought it was gonna be much smaller. So keep that in mind if you're coming on a cruise. I do think it'd be hard for more than 2 adults to be in one of these rooms, but maybe if you have 2 adults, a few little kids, it might not be bad. But the rooms really were pretty big and spacious and laid out perfect. Whoever designed these rooms did a fantastic job because everything is right where you need it. So I hope you like this video. If you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel down below. Give this video a like so we can keep bringing you more content. And thanks for watching. Bye guys.